Hey guys, this is Seth Riley and welcome to the White Hat Mastermind Show. This is episode number 16. Now, in this video series, what I'm going to do is actually work on one of my clients' site, okay? So I'm going to take you over to the domain, okay? It's called refuse.com, and my buddy Tony Cates asked me to basically just record the whole creation of me redesigning his website for him. And the theme we're going to be using is the Enfold theme, okay? So below this video, you can access the Enfold theme through my link, okay? I really appreciate that. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. The first thing you need to do is go over to your WP dashboard, and you need to install the theme, okay? And then you just want to go to Upload Theme, and simply drag and drop it right here, okay? Now, once you've done that, all you need to do is go ahead and activate Enfold. Okay, so we've activated Enfold, and I'm going to go back over to the refuse.com main website and go ahead and refresh it. So as you can see, we have, the menu is not configured properly. Also, we have just a lot of different stuff out of whack here. So we need to fix all this and build a beautiful website with the Enfold theme. So the first thing I really want to focus on is just kind of going over the different plugins and deactivating what we no longer need, because when he was using a free theme, he had to add a lot of plugins to kind of get the functionality down. So we're just going to head over to plugins, and as you can see, we have 4 inactive plugins, we have 13 active plugins. The first thing you want to do, just for security reasons, is make sure that you always delete your inactive plugins, because it's just a lot safer to get rid of these plugins. You really don't need these on your server at all, so just go ahead and remove them right away. And then hit yes, delete these files. Okay, now I'm going to delete some of these plugins that we no longer need now that we have the Enfold theme. So this mobile-friendly plugin, we can go ahead and deactivate that, because Enfold is mobile responsive already. Enfold also gives you the option to add a favicon, so we can go ahead and remove that plugin, deactivate it. We no longer need contact form 7 because Enfold has a built-in contact form. Now, your plugins might be different on your installation, and that's cool, but just remember that, keep your site as slimmed down as possible. The less plugins, the better. And we're going to go ahead and get rid of this GoDaddy quick setup. We don't need that because we know what we're doing. We're going to go ahead and deactivate Jetpack because it's bulky. And we're going to use Google Analytics instead of WordPress. We'll keep the lead page connector in case he wants to build sales funnels in the future with it. We no longer need the Next Gen Gallery plugin because Enfold has a built-in lightbox format for your images. We'll keep the Suma Me plugin installed in case he wants to have opt-in forms on his website. We're going to go ahead and deactivate the Welcome to WordPress plugin as well. We'll go ahead and deactivate the WordPress importer. And I'm not sure what he has going on with the WP Affiliate Manager, so we'll keep that for now. Enfold also allows you to add YouTube links and embed codes within your pages and posts, so we no longer need this one as well. We'll go ahead and deactivate that plugin. Now, as you can see, we deactivated 9 plugins, so we'll go over to this page, and we're going to go ahead and remove all of them. Just click delete, then apply. And then hit yes, delete these files and data. Okay, now as you can see, the inactive folder is no longer here, and we currently have 4 active plugins. So let's go back over to the main site and refresh the page. Make sure nothing got screwed up or anything. Make sure we don't see the white screen of death or anything like that. Good rule of thumb is to make sure you always back up your database before you install a new theme or even activate new plugins, okay? Just remember that, guys. Always back up your stuff. Okay, so we've got rid of all the plugins that were no longer necessary because we are using a premium theme. So that's one thing you guys need to remember, is that when you're using a premium theme, you're not going to need nearly as many plugins to get the functionality out of your site as if you were to use a free theme. So that's why I want to encourage you to get the Enfold theme below this video, because it's very scalable. You can use it for landing pages. You can create beautiful landing pages, thank you pages, sales pages, all kinds of pages without the header and footer. You could have opt-in forms or buy now buttons. Then you could also use Enfold as a membership site because it allows you to have a main menu. It also allows you to have a secondary menu and an on-page menu that's either fixed or scrollable. So there's some really great options here with the Enfold theme. So now that we went ahead and deleted all those plugins, we're going to actually go over to the Enfold admin panel. So you just want to click on the Enfold tab right here in the left sidebar. Okay, now the first thing I want to do is I want to set the home page. So the main URL on this website, which is refuse.com, I want to go ahead and set it as the home page. Now if we don't have a home page already, to make it easy on yourself, you just want to go over to Pages and create your home page. Just call it Home or Front Page because you want something easy to remember, then hit Publish. Scroll down to Enfold. And go ahead and select Home Page. Now, after we select the home page, it's going to ask you where you want to display your blog. So we're going to check for a blog page here. He doesn't have a blog page. So I'm going to hit Save Changes and go back over to Pages and add the blog page. Just call it blog. Keep things simple. The nice thing about this is, for Google, you want to keep the name of the blog in the permalink right here, which you can change if you wanted to, but keep it SEO friendly. Just keep it blog. Optionally, in the menu navigation later in another video that we're going to be doing, where we're going to be discussing the header, the header navigation, the sidebar navigation, and the footer navigation, I'll show you how to actually change the name of each specific page to where it's separate from the permalink of the page, okay? Now we're just going to go ahead and hit Publish. Go back over to your Enfold site and go ahead and select blog. Hit Save Changes. Now what we want to do is go ahead and add the logo here. Tony has already created a logo, so I'm just going to grab it from his media bin here. And if one of your clients already has a logo, you can just grab it from the media bin as well. Another good rule of thumb is to use Kraken.io to optimize your images. You could actually take these files, the logo file, and make it about 50% smaller than what it would normally be, okay? So we're just going to go ahead and hit full size on this logo and add the logo. Now we can upload a favicon if he has one. Let's just check. It looks like this might be a favicon, so we'll use thumbnail for this. Hit use as favicon. Now let's hit Save Changes. And we're going to go back over to the main site and hit refresh. Okay, as you can see, we have the logo here. And the favicon up here in the menu tab looks very nice. So now that we've done that, we're going to go ahead and configure some of these other things. As you can see, it has a Lightbox module window here, okay? And this allows you to basically select any image that you've uploaded to your pages or posts to automatically appear in a Lightbox format, okay, with the Enfold theme. And we're going to keep this checked because it really makes your images look really nice. So if you inserted an image on your page in a thumbnail format, or even a smaller, like 300 wide by 200 tall image, and if they selected that on your page, it could blow up in the full-size image so people could get a better view of that. So now that we've messed with these settings, we're going to scroll over to General Layout. And under the General Layout, the nice thing about Enfold is it allows you to have a stretched layout, which is full width, or a box layout, okay? And currently, if you go back over to the site, we're using a full width. If we selected box, and I'll update that and I'll show you exactly what it would look like. So as you can see, we have a box layout here on the right and left side. You can see there's a space here where the site is actually where you could insert a background image if you wanted to. And also you can see that the width of the website is about 300 pixels wide, okay? And one really nice thing about Enfold is that you can actually set your dimensions if you just select dimensions here, okay? And then you can set the width of your blog. We'll go ahead and make this 1200 wide. You can also choose the width of your page and the sidebar displayed. We're going to go ahead and keep it 73% by the sidebar being 27%. You can go ahead and adjust this however you want, and then as you adjust it, if you look up here in this live preview, once you save your changes, you'll notice the adjustment here. So Enfold makes it really easy for you guys to kind of visually see what changes you're actually making to your theme. So we're going to go ahead and hit Save Changes. And that's just some of the cool stuff you can do in the general layout section. If you click on layouts, you can also choose whether you want your menu and header navigation at the very top of your page, at the left, or at the right. Let's hit left and see what that looks like and hit Save Changes. You can also choose to display widgets here or social icons, but we're not going to go ahead and do that for this example because we're actually going to use the top header for this example. So if I refresh the page over here, I selected the left header. You can see we now have a left header and menu navigation. It actually looks really nice this way, right? But we're going to go back over here and select top header, okay? Then hit Save Changes. So throughout this tutorial, I'm just going to walk you through the Enfold theme and show you all the different functionalities and just basically the overview of the theme. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to color coordinate your site to where you can really attract your audience with the right colors on your site. And then in the video after that, we're going to be discussing your header, sidebar, and footer navigation. And then the video after that, we're going to be discussing your structure of your website, your actual pages and your post pages. I'm going to be actually doing the layouts and walking you through step by step how to use the visual editor with Enfold, and we're gonna build some really cool pages, okay, guys? So make sure you guys stay tuned throughout this whole series because I'm really going to give you a complete step by step walkthrough of this whole theme, okay? And I'm going to build it for you right before your own eyes, okay? So when it comes time for you to build your site with the Enfold theme, you can come back and refer to each one of these videos and each topic in the series, so you don't have to necessarily watch through one video for 2 hours straight and find the parts that you want. So we'll chop it up into a 4-video series. That way you can just kind of select which topic you would like to learn about, okay? Okay, so this is the general layout. We're going to go to general styling, okay? Now, one really nice thing about the Enfold theme, if you scroll down here, it has 5 main sections, okay? And what I like to call these is color sections. We have a header section where you can change the specific colors of the header for the links, menu navigation, your hover color, and your alternate background color, which is this right here, okay? You also have your main content area, okay? And then you have your alternate color content as well. And then you have a footer and a socket, okay? So just remember as we're working through this series in this theme that the Enfold works with 5 alternate color background sections, and that's what you really need to keep in mind. So once you really get a grasp of that, you're going to be able to understand this theme a lot better as we work through. So as you can see in the logo area, we have the logo background color, which is the main header section, okay? Then we have the alternate background color. So if you wanted to put like a box area inside your header, this would be the alternate color that would be up there. Now we have a primary color for links, drop caps, and other elements. We have a highlight color for secondary color links and button hovers. We have the logo area font color if you didn't have an actual PNG image. Then we also have the logo area secondary font color. And of course, the logo area header color. And then the border of the outline of your header, okay? So those are the different color options just for the header that you can customize. And like I said, if you pay attention to this series, throughout this series, I'll be walking you through exactly how to do that. Now, another nice thing about the Enfold theme is all 5 of these sections, it allows you to display a background image and also custom CSS. So keep that in mind as you're working on your website. So now we're going to go over to the main content area. And if we scroll up here to the live preview, that is this section. You can see right here it says main content heading. So you know that this, when you change the colors down here in the main color content area, it'll actually change once you refresh and save the page right here, okay? So we have the main content background color, the alternate color, and so on and so forth, just like for the main logo area. Now if you click on alternate color, this is a really good option if you're building a full width web page, okay? Let's say we're building the home page, and you want to display different color blocks on your home page. So basically, a good way to understand this would be you're kind of theming different sections of your home page, okay? So if you wanted like a simple, basic, minimal layout for people above the fold to see, you could have like white with like dark text. So if they scroll a little bit farther down your page, you could have a really nice primary color in another color section displaying an alternate theme colors, okay? So you could actually style your home page in multiple different variations and make it very interesting for people. A lot of people are using this style lately, and it's very popular. It looks very nice, and it allows you to kind of segment the different sections and topics on your home page that you want to talk about. It just makes it a lot more interesting and way more interactive as well. You can also choose a background image here, and if you click on background image, we are in the alternate content section. Enfold, by default, has all these different background sections you can choose, okay? They're basically background patterns that you could just choose. Now, if we selected one of them, and if we scroll back up here, you can see, before I even refresh the page, it added this background pattern to the alternate content area. So that's very nice, isn't it, guys? Now, we're going to go ahead and click on the footer. And of course, right here, if we wanted to change the background color of the footer, we can go ahead and do that. But I'm going to be covering the color sections in greater detail in another tutorial throughout this series. So as you can see, we went ahead and changed that color section, and it changed before our eyes. So this is just a really good way to kind of figure out, what the best colors are for your site, and it really gives you the ability to not overdo it, okay? But I'm just going to go ahead and change this back to default for now. And then we have the socket section, which is the very small area below your footer where you'd probably display like your copyright text for your website, and also menu navigation and social profiles down here as well with icons. You can also choose a background color and quick CSS for you developers out there. And then alternatively, if you went with the box layout like I showed you guys earlier, you could actually, I don't include these in the 5 main sections that we focus on, but if you added the box layout originally, then you would actually have 6 sections. But if you're going with the full width template, you're only really going to have 5 sections, because this is obsolete if you're not using the box layout. But if you were, you could simply add your own custom background image here, or select one of the background patterns that comes default with Enfold, okay? And then we have fonts here. You have your heading fonts, and then you have your body font, okay? And then you can choose the actual font size of your body here. And then once you're done with that, you just want to go ahead and hit Save Changes. Like I said, this is just the overview of the Enfold theme. In the next video, I'm really going to be getting into color coordinating for you guys, so you really have a better understanding how to style your site according to colors. If we go to the advanced styling menu navigation and you click on select an element, you'll see that Enfold has different elements within here, all the headings, header 1, header 2, header 3, down to 6, the main menu links, the main submenu links, and the small bar above the menu link, which would be the second menu navigation. You could select any one of these elements, okay? Let's just select header 1, hit edit element, and you can choose the color, the background behind it, the font size, your line height, and also your font family for each individual element. We'll go ahead and erase that for now and update. Now we can scroll down to header. And the really nice thing about Enfold, if you look right here, Enfold gives you the option to place your logo on the left with the menu on the right, your logo on the right with the menu on the left, which is quite different, and not a lot of sites are doing that. So if you want to kind of stand out in the crowd, you might want to consider doing your logo on the right and your menu on the left. Then we have our logo on the left and the menu below, so it actually makes a bigger header. We have the logo right and the menu below, another option. And then you could also center your logo with the main menu navigation below the logo. And then you can choose whether you want a slim, large, or custom pixel sized header. Now, by default, Enfold will automatically position your logo within the header depending on what you choose here. I want you to keep in mind that you do want to add a little bit of padding to your logo, okay, when you create it. I would say 5 to 10 pixels at the top and bottom, because if you don't add padding to your logo, Enfold will place it in the header without padding, okay? So it'll be right at the bottom line of your header and right at the top of the top line of your header as well, which kind of makes it look a little bad, okay? You want to have a little bit of padding in your logo by default because Enfold is not going to take that into account, okay? So make sure you add at least 5 pixels of padding at the top and bottom of your logo when you create it. Now, another thing that they recently added in one of their updates, I think their most recent update, is the ability to add a separator between your different menu items. You could have a full width, a large line between your menu items, or a small. You could choose your header style as well. Also, your header title and breadcrumbs. You could choose to display only the title, display only the breadcrumbs, or hide both. Now, here is an option. Like I said, you can choose to change your header around a little bit if you want, the height of it. Now, a header behavior is a really cool thing. You can choose to have a sticky header, shrinking header, on sticky top bar, or let the logo and menu position adapt to the browser width, which means your logo and your menu would stretch to the full width of your browser window, okay? Which looks kind of cool, especially if you have a lot of menu items. Extra elements, we can choose to append a search navigation right to the menu, and you can position that too as well, along with your secondary menu, your social icons, and your phone number or any business information that you'd like to display in the header. Transparent options. Now, Enfold allows you to choose on a per page basis whether you want to display a transparent header or the standard default header with a color background. Let's say you wanted to add a transparent header. You could have a different style logo for the transparent header because your original logo might not look good with a transparent background, okay? So if you do want a transparent header at some point in your page, make sure that your logo either looks good with transparent and a colored background, or make an optional transparent logo for your transparent header area. Now, here's some mobile menu options. Let's see here. You can choose to activate only for smartphones, activate for smartphones and tablets, however you choose, completely up to you, or you can hide the mobile menu submenu items. Moving right along to sidebar settings, you can choose where you would like to display your sidebar, left or right, for the archives. Same thing with the blog page, same thing with the single post entries and the general pages on your site. You can choose whether you want it left or right by default. Optionally, you can choose on a per page basis where you would like to display these things. You can also choose whether you want to hide or show the sidebar on mobile devices. And we're going to move right along to the footer area. You can choose whether you'd like to display the footer or socket. If you wanted to simply get rid of the widget area for the footer, you could simply just show the socket. If you wanted to only show the widget area, you could hide the socket. Or optionally, you could hide both. And this works particularly well on a per page basis for landing page setups. But I always recommend that you show the socket and have a terms of service and privacy policy in your socket. It just keeps everything legal, and Google and other paid advertising sources will really appreciate you doing that, okay? And you definitely want to follow other people's terms of service and usage policies as well. You can choose how many columns you want for your footer. So depending on what you select here is going to determine, how many columns on your footer or how many widget areas you're going to have on your footer. Then here you can display your copyright text. Moving right along to blog layout. You have a few different options for your global settings in Enfold. You could choose a multi-author blog, which basically shows a small thumbnail on the left side of the blog post and a timeline format with a line striking through each image. So depending on the author of the blog post, will determine what thumbnail picture is displayed there. So if you have 5 authors and every author has their own thumbnail picture, you could display a very nice minute size thumbnail picture on the left side of the blog post, okay, for each individual author. Optionally, you can have a single author small preview pic on the left, or a single author with a big preview picture above the title, which would stretch the full width of the blog list page. And you have to take into account the sidebar as well. So if you have a sidebar, the image will not stretch into the sidebar. It'll only display the width of the excerpts on the blog post page and the title. You could do a grid layout if you wanted, which looks really cool in certain situations. And you could use the advanced layout editor, the visual editor that Enfold has. I'm telling you guys, this is the best visual editor you guys are ever going to use. I've used them all. I've used Visual Composer. I've used a lot of different other visual editors for WordPress, and Enfold is by far the easiest and most user-friendly to use. And it really allows you to do things quickly, and there's very minute processes that you have to go through to actually get things done with the Enfold visual editor. So keep that in the back of your mind, because we're going to be going over this in a later video when we start on the layouts of the page. Now, on a single post style, you can choose single post with small preview image, or multi-author blog post, or single post with big preview image like we just talked about. And there's some other settings here for the meta elements you can choose to show or hide, along with the different sharing, social sharing icons. You can basically just pick what you want to display here. And currently they have these social profiles: Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Google+, Reddit, LinkedIn, Trumbull, VK link, and email link, okay? We're going to go over to the social profiles. And once you are ready to display your social profiles, you can just simply click the plus button here and choose which social profile you want to display, and then add your social profile link here. We'll go ahead and delete this for now and hit Save Changes. Now, another great thing is the demo importer. If you're looking to get a site up quick with Enfold, they have a few different demo styles for you to choose from. We have the default demo. We have a small business flat demo, which basically means a flat style design. Then we have a startup business demo. I believe this one is new. It looks really cool. We have a shop demo, and then we have a one-page portfolio demo, a photography demo, a restaurant demo, and a restaurant one-page demo. And then we also have a simple blog demo. And last but not least, a coming soon demo. So if you're creating your website, you could simply install the coming soon page on your Enfold site on the main menu URL. So when people come to your site, they can basically see a countdown of when your site's going to launch. We are not going to use any of these demos because I'm going to build the site for you from scratch, okay, to kind of give you a better understanding of how to use the Enfold theme, okay? Now, if we scroll down to Import Export, you could choose to export theme settings. So if you wanted to move over to a different site, you could just export your theme settings here. Optionally, you could import theme settings. You could also choose icon font, different fonts here as well. Moving right along to theme updates. Now, once you purchase the Enfold theme, you want to make sure that you enter your username and API key here. That way you can get automatic updates from the creators of Enfold, okay? This is very important that you make sure when you purchase the Enfold theme that you purchase it for each domain that you're going to use it on, okay? To keep it legal, okay? Well, guys, thank you so much for watching the first tutorial in the Enfold series. Make sure you guys stay tuned, because in the next video, we are going to be discussing how to color coordinate with your site, okay? So thank you so much for watching this. I hope you've learned a lot from this tutorial. We're going to have a 4-part series here, and I'm just going to walk you through designing a theme with Enfold from scratch, okay? Step by step. Thank you for watching this tutorial, and have a great day. Take care.